My name is Erica Kahn, and I'm a student at EDM 310 at the University of South Alabama, and this is my final reflection on the class. The first thing is that I was absolutely scared to death after the first day of class. When Dr. Strange told us that we were expected to spend 9 hours a week on this class, I was like, there is no way that I can spend that much time on this class. That I just had a full load, that I wasn't going to be able to spend time doing the class and all the classwork. And then he sent us the checklist because I like to be very scheduled and know when things are due. And before we had the checklist, I was just absolutely freaking out. The checklist actually helped me a lot to organize and figure out when things were going to be due, but I didn't know how they were ever going to get done. So it's amazing to see all my green marks down my page, knowing that I've almost completed the class. And I seriously never thought it was going to end, honestly. But I did enjoy taking this class, and I really did learn a lot. The first thing I wanted to say was thank you to Dr. Strange and to the lab assistants. I went to the lab a couple times, and every time I was there, they were very helpful, and they knew what they were talking about, and I learned a lot from the couple things that they taught me. They were always there to help. The most helpful thing, I think, to me was the Facebook page. Seeing that I use Facebook more than most. I use Twitter, but for the most part I use Facebook. Whenever I needed to ask a question, I was able to ask a question, and within like an hour or two, either Dr. Strange or a lab assistant or another classmate would answer my question. And so it was really nice to be able to have that interaction like with other classmates and get to know the other people. I really enjoyed this EDM 310 because it really gave me a new perspective on teaching. Instead of just like lecturing in front of class, there are ways to teach and use technology and be interactive with the students and allow them to be creative and not just do the basic like stand up in the classroom and lecture all the time. I no longer want to lecture my students. I want to be as interactive as possible. I thought before this class started that I was pretty technologically literate, but come to find out there was a lot that I had to learn. There's a lot of new things that I didn't know about. I mean, basically all I did was like Twitter, and I knew how to use Microsoft Word and Excel, but there were things such as like blogging and PLNs and stuff that I'll get to in a little bit that I had no idea existed. I mean, I knew blogs existed, but I didn't know how useful they would really be. So the first thing is what I hope to use in my future classroom that I've learned and used during this class is the blogs. I hope one day to have my own class blog that my students are able to post their assignments on, that I'm able to give them assignments, and then they can post their responses and stuff on their own blogs, and I can have links to their blogs on my page. And I've also learned in this class that it's really important to keep the safety of the students in my best concern, because I don't want parents going crazy because their students are all over the internet. So I plan to keep it safe. Never post pictures with their names, like telling who's who. Don't use last names, only use their first names, and make sure I get the parents' permission is top priority. And also, I think it's great when students have blogs because they're able to share their thoughts, and people from around the world are able to go read them, not just me, the teacher, who to them, they could care less most of the time what I think. So it's great to show that like others around the world actually care about what they have to say. And they're able to go read other people's blogs and comment and interact with other people from around the world. We were able to talk with people who were in New Zealand and in London and stuff like that. So it was really neat. Now after EDM 310, I'm able to edit and make videos. I'm also able to use a green screen thanks to Elizabeth. She really helped us with our final project. I had a lot of fun learning how to use the software on the computer, and I'm now able to do that, so maybe one day I'll be able to afford the software to be able to make videos with a green screen to be able to use in my classroom. So thank you, Elizabeth, for helping us with that. It really helped a lot. Another thing that I think will be really helpful that I've learned in this class is the PLN, a personal learning network. As a teacher, it's really important to stay connected and networked with other teachers, and through this, using Twitter to connect and share things that you have in common with other teachers, and also a place to keep all of your websites and blogs that you found in one place. And a website that I used is Symbaloo, and it's basically like a big page of bookmarks with little cubes, and each cube you can put a link, and you're able to put websites that you found that would be helpful in doing this. Another thing that I found great about through EDM 310 is the use of Google Docs. You're able to collaborate through the internet. You don't ever have to meet with anyone. And a feature with Gmail is you can chat and use video, which is also great, kind of like Skype, but through your email address. So all of that is just great. And I really learned a lot in EDM 310, and I thought I knew it was a lot of work coming in. I'd heard that, and I heard it was gonna get easier. I don't know if it ever got easier because the work stayed pretty consistent, but I really did enjoy my time at EDM 310, and I really hope that I will use this as a future educator.